is actually very gorgeous. I love it.
It's out of the ordinary.
All the other colleges that I've known of, they all have like a big campus or whatever. But this, it kind of elevates towards the sky or something. So it's really nice architecture.
It changed from like all the old gray buildings we see in New York City. It's kind of refreshing.
I really enjoy the classrooms, just walking throughout the hallways. It's really a lot of fun.
Once you walk into that building, you're sort of being projected into the future. Forward-looking in terms of technology, of grandeur in a modern urban design. Baruch had one real classroom building that it owned on 17 Lexington Avenue, 23rd Street, an old facility that had not been touched since it was constructed, I guess, in the late 1920s. All of the other facilities that were used as classrooms were in rental spaces. There were virtually no spaces for students to congregate and socialize. It was really just a series of classrooms that were just poorly designed and couldn't implement their full academic program.
My favorite place on the vertical campus is probably the upper floors. You can sit down on the benches near the middle of the building where you can get some studying done and talk to friends.
The initial intention was to be able to create for the Baruch campus a very strong sense of community. It is very similar in some respects to the quadrangle in a traditional campus. So when one moves from building to building, you're constantly coming in contact with your fellow students. To do this in a vertical building is a more difficult challenge.
Bill Pedersen from KPF. He and I spent a lot of time together. He really understood what I wanted to do in terms of this modern urban campus that would largely be one major building. And after several meetings, and we were together for a drink, on a napkin, he sketched, and we still have that sketch of what he thinks this building could look like. And we worked together from the very beginning of the conceptual design right through the process of final drawings, and I think he was the right guy.
We did not want the elevators to stop at each floor. So what we decided to do was design a series of elevators. We call them the six-pack of elevators, each of which can handle 30 people. The key to the design of these elevators is that one enters on this side, one exits on the other side. And so as a result, it's a flow-through system. So you're never encountering then the incoming and outgoing flow at any particular point in time. We then have only 4 stops for the elevators, but from each of those floors, one can walk up one floor or walk down one floor to be able to get to those where the elevators are not stopping. Now, an additional advantage of this is that the spaces that we're trying to create within the building then, these vertical spaces which form the Newman vertical campus, are animated by the walking circulation as one moves from level to level.
I know that having all the classes in one building, it's a lot easier to get by, and even though there are a lot of people in the school, it seems like there's also a lot of space.
Our objective here is to be able to create a space where there's significant activity on many levels within the space itself. So when you're within the space, in each of the separate subspaces, you feel that you're in a much smaller dimension that is more scaled to human activity. And then within those spaces, we try to create, again, a greater sense of intimacy by the elements that we include, such as the stairs or the little alcoves or nooks or the arrangement of seating or light fixtures or whatever, which gives, again, a greater sense of that intimacy of scale.
The concept of an open environment for education is very, very apparent, and I think that captures the symbolic significance of Baruch College because, as you know, the college is on the site of the first free academy of higher education. And so the idea of free higher public education is very visible in the Newman Vertical Campus to faculty, students, and outsiders alike.
It's very light. The sunshine comes beaming in all the time. It's a beautiful atrium.
Internally, within the building, the important thing was to be able to have surfaces that would actually reflect light and bring light as far into the body of the building as possible. Plus, the economy, of course, plays a role, and durability plays a role. So we have terrazzo on the floor. We have largely plaster walls, painted plaster walls. And one of the key ingredients is the introduction of wood into the space. As you see it on the stair over here, or if you see it on the ceilings, these horizontal planes of wood as you look up, I believe, give a much greater sense of sort of intimacy and warmth to the space.
Vertical campus is great because everything is localized. You don't have to run to so many places to get things done.
We had to put everything into one building. I really saw the power of performance and the arts, and so we went for a large performance space. I thought it was really important that we encourage students to think about wellness and to build a facility that would encourage wellness. So we built a wonderful swimming pool, and we built a wonderful basketball court, and we built a facility for weightlifting and aerobic exercises, and it works. We needed to have modern classrooms. We needed to build in technology into those classrooms.
What I really like about the smart classrooms is that the internet is connected right into the room. So when we're having a discussion in class about anything that's going on in current events, we could instantly access it and see a video about it, or find articles about it right there.
If you need to access something really quickly, like an email, you can go into one of the kiosks that are located around every single floor. You can access the internet right off the kiosk machines.
We needed to have a place for students to meet and to eat.
William and Anita Newman are very generous to Baruch College. They are among our most noted philanthropists. Bill, of course, was a graduate of Baruch. Anita was a graduate of Hunter College. But they dated while they were in college, married, went to graduation together, and gave back to the college many years later. And Bill particularly has said to me that he's paying his tuition now. Naming the building after Bill and Anita was not something they had originally envisioned because they're modest people. But the Newman's generosity and philanthropy has really spawned a whole wave of additional new gifts to the college, which has really helped put Baruch in a good financial position and really helped us support students and faculty. The Newman Vertical Campus has brought a great surge of intellectual life to Baruch College. We have almost 15,000 students passing through this building on a weekly basis and about 500 full-time faculty teaching in the building. So the fact that students come together and faculty come together has been very, very stimulating.
When you're here and utilizing the vertical campus, you really have a sense of campus, a sense of collegiality, a sense of unity.
I think it's very important that students want to stay on campus rather than come, listen to a lecture, and then flee, which is what happened at Baruch for a very long time. People love to be in that building.
Everything is sleek, everything is new, everything is fresh.